Yo, what is up, everybody? Popo here, bring guys a new video, and today we're going to be doing kind of a retrospective, which is kind of, we're just looking back to see how things went throughout the whole format. We're going to be doing Regulation G, of course, because it's about to end. We only got a few more weeks with it, and then we're into Regulation I, which is a double restricted format. But what I want to do is I kind of want to go through four of my tier lists that I made throughout the time and kind of just look to see if I made any correct calls or if my tier lists were way off. And just kind of just feel it out. Let's just see what happened. You know what I mean? This is the most recent one. This was posted December 16th, so not that far ago. And you can see here, this is pretty standard, right? I wouldn't say this is out of the realm. Of course, like I said, it's relatively new, December 16th, right before it came back. So we had a really good idea of what Pokemon were going to be good. A lot of people were rating Lunala way lower than this, though. I thought Lunala was very, very good. Maybe Kyogre was a little bit low, but I think it's pretty fair in this position. Everything else down here didn't really do too well. We did see a couple of Zacians kind of break out, but I still don't think that they were past this tier. I just don't think they were that good, to be honest. And then, yeah, you got like maybe Lugia was way too high because Lugia didn't end up doing anything, though it did have a day 2. So, I mean, who's the real winner here? But yeah, I mean, this is pretty much the top 6. I got no complaints about this. No complaints at all. I think this is a good tier list. Once again, it was right before the format came back, or, you know, a couple of weeks after it was announced, and, you know, people have been playing with it. So we kind of knew. But let's rewind time all the way back to my first Regulation G tier list. This was posted on April 1st, 2024. So it's been just over a year, and here we are with this monstrosity of a tier list. Okay, so I can't, you know, I can't say nothing good about this tier list. I mean, we do have the 2 Caly-Rexes, and those are going to be at the top. Those are still consistent. I never doubted them. But here we have Kyogre up in the S tier. I mean, I said it in the comments of this, is I can't hate on Kyogre because it has been so good and has been surprisingly good in the past. And I thought it was going to continue kind of that journey and just be very, very good, even though people did doubt it. Caly-I, I still agree with this. I think at the time I believed it was an S tier, and I think it's still a high A tier. This Pokemon's really, really good. I just think people weren't using it correctly or just looked past it, especially when Miraidon started to do very, very well. Next, we have Miraidon A tier. Most people actually at this time had a B or C tier. They thought it was really, really bad. I believed in it a little bit. I didn't hate it at all. Zacian definitely too high here with its nerfs. I don't know why I rated it so high because it really isn't that good. Groudon, I thought Groudon would be a lot better at this time. It seems like a pretty strong Pokemon, but just missing attack so much just is really detrimental when the like level of Pokemon is like the power level of Pokemon is so high. Even with your non-restricteds just do so much damage at this point that like it's like missing attacks just feels so bad. Palkia I thought would see something, but it was just garbage. It was just absolute garbage. It looks like I was pretty consistent with my boy Eternatus here. Thought he was pretty good at the beginning, kept thinking he was pretty good at the end. So, you know, this doesn't have the dual forms of the Zekrom. So, oh no, it does. I just didn't even see it over here. Does it not have Duskmane though? Oh no, here he is. I'm just blind. Your boy can't see. So, yeah, I thought it'd be a little bit better. Dialga, I'm a big fan of Dialga. I still am. I don't think it's that good, but man, the origin form is huge. You should use it just for the comedy effect. I thought Kieran White would be a little bit better, but it kind of is on and off. But at official events, it has not performed well at all. Solgaleo, I thought he could carry over maybe some of what he gained in Sword and Shield, but he just fell back off. And then, you seeing this right? Shield form Zamazenta's down here. I honestly thought this one would be better. And the only reason for that was because it didn't share the weaknesses that it shared with Zamazenta. I thought it being faster than Fluttermane was a big deal because you can go for Iron Heads and get one shot on it. Though we saw that Fluttermane kind of really dropped off going into this restricted format. Not that it wasn't a good Pokemon, but man, it dropped pretty far. And that just wasn't something that I expected. I thought Fluttermane would continue to be very, very good. So having a Pokemon that can outspeed Fluttermane was really important. Of course, this was before like most people are using booster energy and stuff like that. This was more like you were going for more damaging items, so or you were just going for booster energy special attack at this time too. So it was a tough call. Lunala being down here at D, I'm not sure why I put it down at D. Maybe I should have listened to that part, but I've always thought Lunala was good, so I don't know why I would throw it down at D, but maybe I just, because Fluttermane, once again, Fluttermane was just so good at the time, maybe I just didn't see it doing anything against it. And same with Dawn Wings. I think Dawn Wings is much better than this. Mewtwo being at C is kind of crazy work. This Pokemon is awful. I don't know why I put it up at C. This is a rage bait list. I'm going to be honest with you. This is a rage bait list. Though I did get the Miraidon call pretty correctly, more than a lot of people, so I will take some credit for that. Though Kyogre was very wrong. I should have put it at like B tier, and the Zamazenta call was pretty bad. Though I do think this thing is pretty decent in double restricted. I have used it a little bit, and it seems okay. Is it good? I don't know if it's good, but it's not bad. It's not bad. All right. And on to our next one is going to be here, and this is going to be a week later. This is April 15th, and we get this tier list. So some stuff has moved. We have seen Kyogre drop all the way down to C with Miraidon. This was a mistake. Lunala has moved up, though. And then we see Zamazenta Crown move all the way up from D and switching in between these two. And yeah, we just see it up here now. Honestly, this top 5 is not bad. Koraidon switched with Miraidon, and then you get the top 5 that we see at the end of the format. Also, Eternatus was a beast at the beginning. In those first 2 weeks, it was doing very, very well at grassroots tours and just like on unofficial ladder. I guess ladder on Showdown, but it was doing really, really well. So I expected to continue that journey. In official events, it did not perform well at all. Yeah, this might have been too harsh of a nerf in 2 weeks for Kyogre, but I wasn't seeing it anywhere. It just felt really bad, with Terapagos really like pressuring the Kyogre teams and stuff like that. So we saw a lot more of that. And with those, we saw a lot of Koraidons, and Koraidon was really good against that. And I was playing Terapagos at the time, so Koraidon was good against Terapagos, so it felt way stronger. But I think moving this down to A and moving Miraidon up to B might have been made more sense. Maybe I just didn't rate it at the time. I just thought my initial ideas were trash, and having it at A was bad, but it should have been S tier. But yeah, I mean, these 5, sure, just add Miraidon, then you get the top 6. So not bad calling it out 2 weeks after. I think I did a pretty good job here. Anything down here, I think Mewtwo's still too high. It should probably be just above Zekrom, because Zekrom is terrible. I hate Zekrom. What else? Origin is still up here. I still thought it was pretty good. Groudon was pretty good. I started seeing some more Kyurem Whites, but they just, like I said, they just felt kind of meh at best. Zacian, I dropped down. This would continue to drop. I think at best it was C tier during this format, and Lunala is definitely closer to A tier, which, yeah, we put it in B tier, top of B tier in the newest one, which I completely agree with. Like, this list, I think, is still very valid. I think this is a very, very good list. This is before Wolf even won with Koraidon. A lot of people were rating Koraidon like a C at this time, so I take the victories, you know? And then this is the one for the World Championships here. This is the one I made right before Worlds. This is going to be in June. I said right before Worlds, 2 months before Worlds. I made this list, and I think this is probably the most accurate and lore accurate to what I ended up settling on over here. You could see there's a lot of similarities. High chance to win. The 2 finalists are here, so yeah. Could take the win. I thought Zamazenta would have a better performance, though Zamazenta did pretty bad at the World Championships. Terapagos was just, like, it's a Pokemon that's really good, but it's so hard to play, and it's hard to play consistently, and especially for that many rounds. So despite it being a very, very good Pokemon, it is a very difficult Pokemon to use, so it just doesn't really get the results I think it should be getting. I put Lunala back up here. It is surprised to win. I think it did pretty well, too. Koraidon I put here because I didn't think it really had an outside chance of winning just because of how strong Miraidon and Caly-I were at the time. And then we had Kyogre down here, too. I didn't really think it had a chance. These Pokemon, no, I did not think had a chance at all. Nobody was running this, so I don't know why I even put it there. But, yeah, Zacian should have probably been where the Zamazenta is. And then, yeah, the rest of the list I do agree with. Like, there's no shot on any of these Pokemon. Though, I think somebody got top 8 with Zacian. So, I guess, yeah, it was definitely a meta call then. Groudon, I think there was, 2 good Groudons. So, that could have did something. Kyurem White, I don't think was anywhere. Neither was, was Dialga. But I think this top of the list, this box up here, was actually pretty decent, and yeah, I don't hate this list. I think this list is not too bad. Maybe just switch those two, and I think it's like a perfect list, honestly. And then, like I said, we're back here. So overall, I think I started off with some decent calls, but some really bad takes. And it's just really interesting to see how the meta has evolved over time. I wish I had done more tier list of Reg G because I did a lot for Reg H. So, like, I'd be able to do more videos about Reg H than I would, or, like, a bigger video than I could for the restricted tier. But, like, yeah, me thinking Palkia was going to be A tier to this day, like, it's a C tier. It's not even really used. It's, like, this tier here, besides maybe Zacian, is, like, you know, your favorite YouTubers, like, oh, I can't believe this Palkia, you know, team got top 3 at a, you know, Victory Road tournament or something. And then they do a video where they're playing it. So that's kind of what this tier list is. Maybe Rayquaza's not in that either, but yeah, I mean, and same with D tier, like, oh, you'll never believe how somebody got top 8 at this 12-person tournament with a Mewtwo. But yeah, then you see like the evolution. Even in 2 weeks, like these two are completely different. They're just so shaken up that it's kind of crazy. And I think it's because a lot of people were experimenting with different restricteds at this time. So like we were just seeing a lot of restricted rise to the top as people did find the good ones pretty early with Zamazenta. And I think Zamazenta kind of just stayed at that tier, right? It was like an A tier, very, very good Pokemon, but never reaching the heights that maybe it should have. A lot of people kind of started to drop it and go for Calyrex Ice Rider near the end. So I think it makes sense, right? It's kind of a linear move. You're bringing a big bulky Pokemon for another big bulky Pokemon that can maybe do a little bit more. And yeah, you're doing a lot. But Zamazenta, Regulation G, that boy is S tier. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. A little fun look back at what the format used to be and how it's evolved over time a little bit, and my thoughts on the format over time have kind of changed. I'm excited to continue to do some Regulation I content. It's been pretty fun. I got an interesting team that I'm going to try to build today for tomorrow's stream. So if you haven't come to the streams, I'm trying to stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday now, where I'm also riding my exercise bike. We're trying to hit 1,000 miles before the end of the year. Will we be able to do it? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? But I'm going to try. We're already at 32 miles after 2 streams, so that's pretty good. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, make sure you guys thumbs it up. If you're not subscribed, make sure you do so. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, everybody.